Hi y'all, I'm Allison. Today we're going to talk about Salt and Sugar, which is a YA contemporary that I got from Once Upon a Book Club. And that's right, we've got gifts to open. Basically, I'll be giving you my impressions of the book as I read through it, and when I get to a post-it note, we'll open up the gift and see what it is. So I got this box back in December of 2022, and it's one that I've really been looking forward to reading. So we've got two warring bakeries across the street from each other. There's been a feud going on for generations. It goes all the way back to the great-grandmothers of our two main characters. We have Larissa, whose family owns Salt, and then we have Pedro, whose family owns Sugar, right across the street. To make matters worse, a big chain grocery store has moved to the area, and it has been driving all of these family businesses out of business. To add to their struggles, it starts off with Lori. Her grandmother has passed away, and that's where we jump into the story on right after the funeral, and there's a blowout in the street between the two families. And don't worry, that's not a spoiler, that's on the flap. We know this is going to happen. I am really enjoying it, y'all. I'm halfway through. I started this last night as part of my mini readathon TBR game that I've got going on, and I wanted to do a separate video so I could share my thoughts and impressions of it and open all the gifts. So far, it's just really good. There is a lot of talk about Brazilian pastries and bakery items. As you would expect, I'm a little grateful that I'm not that familiar with the cuisine. There's some dishes that I have a feeling are very similar to Mexican dishes that I have been exposed to being from Texas. And the thought of those are already making my mouth water. So if I was up to speed on all of these dishes, I would just be like, okay, I gotta go eat, because they really are sticking with the baking theme. It's prominent. It's not just something that's kind of used as a set in the background. This one is definitely, foodies would love it, I bet. And by the way, this is a debut by Rebecca Carvalho, and she is from the northeastern region of Brazil where the story is set. So I'm really enjoying it so far. Not only do we have the feud going on, but it seems like Lori's grandmother was kind of the buffer between her and her own mother, because they have different opinions on what Lori should be doing with her future. She's equivalent to the American senior year in high school. They call it something different. It's the third year. And that year apparently is all about preparing for college, which Lori's mother is very adamant that Lori will do. And Lori is not quite sure that's the future that she wants to have. But it's so good. It shows how this feud from 4 generations has trickled down to the teenagers in present. And as we get a little bit farther into it, you realize that things maybe aren't as cut and dry as they thought, and they're starting to realize that, and they may have to band together if they're going to have any chance to outlast this grocery store chain that is trying to buy their bakeries. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the books. I've already passed 2 little post-it notes, so we're going to open 2 right away. Let's find out what they are. I'm excited for these. These should be some good items that I can actually use. We will see. This is encased in plastic, so I'm going to get that off first. I will say this about Once Upon a Book Club. So far, I haven't had like anything leak, which can be a factor. You know, I've had book boxes come with candles and stuff. Set on a porch, Texas in the summer. Sometimes I've had a candle melt before. So the fact that they've wrapped that in plastic first, I appreciate it. So if it did have any issues, it would be contained. Okay. Oh, it's cute little cupcakes. What do we have? This is cool. Spot in the book, they're making smoothies, and we get a little mini blender. I don't know how good the quality of this will be, but let me see. We'll take it out of the box and take a closer look at it. Actually feels pretty sturdy. Some bubble wrap. That's cute. A little mini smoothie maker. The blades do look sharp. Got some weight to the base of it. I would assume that's from the mechanism, the motor, of course. So it's automatically going to shut off after 40 seconds. It does have a USB port. So I guess that's how you plug it in. Not included. Oh, that's cool. This is actually wireless. So charging time is 3 to 5 hours. So this would be handy, I guess, if you had like a little apartment kitchen or limited counter space. It wouldn't take much to store it. All right, pretty impressive. And the plastic is quite sturdy. It's not like a flimsy, I can't dent it. So I'm impressed. I don't know how much use I would get out of it, honestly, because we have a Ninja blender. So that thing makes some awesome smoothies. And it's got the spot from the book. It says, I'm so startled. I end up pressing the blend button without the lid on. The contents of my smoothie masterpiece go splattering all over us. Yeah, Lori, she's klutz. She causes quite a few mishaps in the kitchen because even though her family owns a bakery, she doesn't know how to bake, and that's kind of like her own little secret. And she gets put in a situation to where she's kind of bluffing her way through it. Again, I'm really enjoying the book. Let's get into our second gift, though. And this one is on page 101. Got this cute little bag. I can tell what this is already, just by feeling it. It's something you can never have enough of if the quality is good. These cheap ones, just not worth it. Oh, honestly, I don't have one like this. This is a silicone and wooden spoon, all in one. And yeah, you can take off the top so you can clean it well. I am intrigued by this. I will actually give this a try and see how it works. And it's got cute little decorations on it. Okay. Practical. So far, I am liking this. I knew this would be a good box. Kitchen items are always useful. So I am going to go back into the book. And let me see how much farther I have to go. Okay, our next gift is on page 201. I'm on 155, so I've got a little bit of ways to go. This paper is quite thin, so but I'm really enjoying it. Really, really, really am. Okay, I'll see y'all when it's time to open the next one. Okay, so I got a little caught up in the book and I kept going past my stopping point. Plus, there's a lot of commotion in the house, so I couldn't really film anyway. Before we get into the next one, look, it's a USB cord. It did come with the little mini blender. I think it fell to the floor when I opened it, and I didn't notice it. So they sent one, which is awesome. I always need an extra. So the book. This is so good. It's not, I wouldn't call it a rom-com. This is definitely a generational coming-of-age story. And I am loving it so much, although it is making me very hungry. Again, I'm grateful I don't recognize all these dishes, but not only are they talking about baked goods, but barbecuing and grilling, and it definitely centers around food. And I am so hungry. If it was still morning, I guarantee I would be going to a bakery and getting some pastries or donuts and whatnot, which is a big treat for me. Both of my kids have celiac, so they can't have gluten, so wheat, so baked goods. Well, we don't really do those very often, and I miss it. I used to bake all the time. I just haven't mastered gluten-free baking. It's quite different. Anyway, I am all the way up to page 286. We are definitely deep into like the generational feud, and how little things can become so big and how it just transfers down generations to the point where they don't even know what they're fighting about. Although, in this case, they do know what they're fighting about. You know, it's the two bakeries. They were originally supposed to go into business together, and problem happened at the very beginning, way back with the great-grandmothers. Salt only has savory kind of pastries and products in their bakery, and sugar only has the sweet side of it. So that's how these two bakeries have thrived across the street from each other all of these years. But, you know, once her grandmother passed away, things seemed to be spiraling even further out of control. And that big store, it's closing down shops in the community. This is definitely a book about the community and Brazilian culture. I am really loving it. They talk about festivals and, you know, the different milestones in the, like a senior year at high school. It's, yeah, highly recommend it. But let's get into our next gift, which is page 201. Got this cute little bag that it came in. These little bags come in handy. I do keep these to use in future stuff. I'm always needing little baggies and things. Look, these are cute. Little sunflower hair clips. The grandmother who passed away, sunflowers were her favorite flower. So here we go, outside of the plastic. These are cute little clips. And my hair is so thin that these would work. They're actually really sturdy. It's a bobby pin. And they're not, I mean, look at that. They're not bending at all. So I'm impressed. Let me see. I haven't worn anything like this in a long time. Let's see. We'll just put one right here. So there we go. Cutesy. Actually, I'll keep my hair off my face. So I like these. I think I will definitely use those. We do have another gift. Like I said, I just kept reading. And while that one was on page 201, the next little sticker was on page 215. It didn't take me long at all to get there. And this time we have this little bag. I've got cats everywhere. Let me see if I can spin around and get it. Joey says hi. There's Lily. And Finley just walked away. I thought he was going to jump up here. Okay, back to our gift. What is this? Oh, that's right. I remember now. Oh, we have a recipe. Grandma's corn cake, which is like the signature dish of this bakery. It sounds really good. I'm looking to see. I think... Wait, I need glasses. This will be a gluten-free cake. I am excited. We're going to have to make this. I don't know if I'll get to it before the video goes up there. Because this does not call for flour. It calls for cornmeal. And cornmeal is naturally gluten-free. It's finally a recipe I can make and serve to my family. I am so excited for that. I might do a trip to the grocery store and delay this video a little bit. And try to make this at the end and see how they are. It's got sweet corn kernels and coconut milk. Let's see what else. Cornmeal, coconut flakes, Parmesan cheese, some cinnamon. I bet these are good. I do love my cornbread being southern. So, all right, let's see what this is. Cute. Okay, look, it's an apron. Okay, so the strap is like a little buckle there, so you can make it as long as you want, which is awesome. My daughter will like that feature because she's only like 5'1" or something like that. So stuff doesn't fit her well. So I like that you can adjust that. And I could tuck it back up to make it pretty, but look, isn't that cute? And it's got a big pocket. So I like this. It feels like a canvas. It's a very thick, sturdy material. That could definitely take some abuse in the kitchen. I might actually have to use this when I make my little corn cakes. Corn cakes, is that what they're called? Yes, corn cakes. So, all right, I am going to go finish this book, which I'm dying to get back into. And then I will be back with y'all with some final thoughts on it. Yeah, so I'll see you in a bit. I just finished it. I really love this, y'all. In fact, I'm going to have to keep an eye out for more from Rebecca Carvalho. It was just so heartwarming, and I got teary-eyed a couple of times. It's just a great book. And for a debut, I am doubly impressed. She was very good at showing you the repercussions of this generational feud and all of the tolls it's taken, and how things had just blown up continually over and over the years. So I can't recommend this one enough. And it made me want to go to Brazil. There was a lot of I wouldn't call it a city so much as their neighborhood and their area. And it's just, it sounds like such a wonderful place to grow up in. So anyway, highly thrilled with this one. And I was really impressed with the gifts as well, including the little hair thing. I think they knocked it out of the park with this box. And this is, I think, maybe the second or third one that I've gotten that had kitchen items in it. And they've always done a great job with it. Unfortunately, I looked this morning, this box is no longer available. They do have the book, but you could get the book at any bookstore, I'm sure, a library, and I would highly recommend checking it out. If you want to see more of my Once Upon a Book Club unboxings, I'll put the latest one up here, which wasn't the home run that this one was. But, you know, they can't win them all. Everybody's taste is a little different. That is one thing I really like about Once Upon a Book Club. You get a lot of variety in their boxes, so I do love this subscription service. But I did stop mine because I have so many unopened. It was getting ridiculous. All right, so next one up, hopefully we will have the beginning of my Aurelian scheduling and whatnot, because August is coming up fast. All right, I've got to go back to my mini game that I'm doing and do my next spin. So I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great one, and bye for now.